Hi, I'm Radia Glees. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist.
And I'm Peter McCarthy. I'm a certified traditional naturopath.
And this is Wake Up America. Today, we are with our friend Mike Stern. He's with the company Dorsey Discount Services, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about what's going on in the healthcare crisis today and why we've got a healthcare crisis in regards to insurance and payout. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Thanks for joining us here. In our conversation with you, Mike, we were fascinated in what you've discovered in your line of work. Why don't you just take a brief second and just tell us a little bit about what you do and what your background is.
Okay. I started a dental plan several years ago to help people solve the solution for those who didn't have dental insurance, and got very much involved in natural health care in the last 6 or 7 years.
And Mike, I know that you shared some fascinating information with us about how one company in the state of Illinois has attempted to address the healthcare affordability crisis. And why don't you share a little bit more about that with us, please?
I'd love to. 10 years ago, an ophthalmologist with a group of chiropractors, and I think there were about 15 or 20 of them, went to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. And they had a bright idea. The idea was to bring this association into Blue Cross's HMO and give people the option of seeing chiropractors. That was the basic concept. And their idea was that by going to natural healthcare providers, it should lower healthcare costs. Blue Cross Blue Shield agreed to it, and they started the pilot, which they did the first year. And at the end of the year, the actuaries tabulated the figures, and they saved 50% compared to the rest of Blue Cross.
Well, and as the time went on, it actually got even better than that, didn't it?
It did. They've been doing it for 10 years now. In fact, I just had occasion to talk to their vice president a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He said their savings is between 70 and 72% the last few years.
Wow.
Which is terrific.
Okay, so let's define that for a second, just so that everyone gets this. 70 to 72%. That means that the people who were taking an alternative approach, a health care versus a disease management approach, were actually getting 70 to 72% less doctor visits or less. Explain that to us a little bit.
Great question. Actually, more doctor visits. They were actually required to see the natural health care providers, the chiropractors, or they couldn't do the project. And in doing so, it cut Blue Cross's costs by 70%.
Oh,
it actually cut their costs. And it has saved them millions and millions and millions of dollars over the last 10 years. Thousands and thousands of people have done this.
So tell us, Mike, what happened to this project?
Well, the most interesting thing about it, I met the vice president of their company, and in her giving me the information on it, I asked her, well, what has happened to it? Has it been promoted throughout Blue Cross? And she said, no, they wouldn't allow it.
Why wouldn't they allow that, Mike?
The premiums would go down.
So is it a fair statement to say that an insurance carrier like Blue Cross is making more from disease management and providing services from that than keeping people well?
Great question. It's probably a complicated question. I haven't met with Blue Cross. I think it has something to do with the vested interests that the insurance company works with. What would happen, I'm in Houston, what would happen if we started saving the people of Houston 50, 60, 70% on health care? I think our huge medical center would be in trouble. So I think you'd have some hospitals in trouble. I think you'd have physicians doing their particular method of treatment in trouble, and very mad at Blue Cross for saving millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
So what you're saying is that our present medical care paradigm actually profits from our disease.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
As
does Blue Cross, because they have lots and lots of cash flow. Now, factor in the savings, and I'm not their CPA. That would be an interesting equation to figure out.
So basically what you're saying is that Blue Cross, Blue Shield, stopped this project, if I'm correct.
No, they didn't stop it. They just wouldn't let them promote it aggressively to anybody else And I was told if they did promote it, they would stop them.
So if they promoted sending their clients and customers to chiropractors and wellness practitioners and getting well, and they were getting well, now, I don't understand this. How is it that the insurance company, which one would think, I mean, this was a big question. When I met you, I was like, well, I have been asking this question. Why wouldn't the insurance companies want people healthy? They've got to pay out all these premiums. They've got to pay out all this, these claims. So how does that work?
This insurance company obviously doesn't. It likes profiting several $1 million from this group of patients, but doesn't want it as a generality for all their patients.
Oh, wow.
So imagine what the Medical Association would do and the hospitals in Illinois would do. All of a sudden, their beds weren't filled with Blue Cross patients because I think hospital days were cut something like 61%. The drug companies would be very angry because they cut prescription drug utilization by 85%. And you're talking companies worth billions and billions of dollars that would throw their weight around, I'm sure.
So think about that, folks. You're going to cut your drug costs by 82%?
85%.
85%. Yet this insurance company didn't want to promote the program.
Wow.
Kind of leaves you scratching your head, doesn't it?
Wow.
They were allowed to keep their name in the manual with thousands of other doctors. That's it. No promotion of what they're capable of doing or their savings. This got put into a journal article, so it is available, but it's not an article that the typical person or physician is going to find.
Oh, my God. So you've come up with a solution for our healthcare, for our present healthcare crisis, which, of course, this is a big issue. This is a big political ticket issue. It's one of the biggest. And tell us just a little bit about the solution that you've come up with.
Well, the solution is very simply stated. All you have to do is take the words healthcare and define them. It means take care of your health. So if you're a healthy person, that changes everything. If you can show a person, if you can educate them and have natural healthcare practitioners who address that issue, and people get healthy, then they have a totally different point of view about how they buy insurance, and they can cut their insurance costs between 40 and 70% from the experience that we've had actually piloting this concept with insurance companies.
Well, tell us a little bit about the pilot concept that you've been doing and some of the solutions that you have for moving the, shall we say, the real healthcare practitioner, which would be individuals like you mentioned, chiropractors, myself, Peter, and other natural care practitioners, into the position of being a primary care, where really other caregivers such as hospitals, etc., that would be in the secondary care, wouldn't that? That's
exactly
right,
and that's the paradigm shift. You take the concept of first do no harm, and you make that primary care, and that's the chiropractor, it's the naturopath, it's the nutritionist, it's the acupuncturist, it's people that don't do prescription drugs and can't do surgery. They're mainly educators, and they're brilliant, they're wonderful, people just like the two of you, and we have over 90 that we work with right now, and as a group, they know how to keep people healthy. It's very much an educational concept. To the degree you educate people where they will get a grasp of how they can stay healthy, they'll do it.
Well, of course, education, as we know, and that's what we're doing here with Wake Up America and a lot of things that I do and a lot of things Peter does. Now, most people in the United States have some sort of, well, not most, but a large percentage of them have a healthcare provider, either through their company or whatever. What kind of suggestion are you making to move us in the healthcare insurance area from a disease management to a wellness management? What's the solution there?
If I were our future president's consultant, I would redefine what a primary care health practitioner is as someone who does not have a license to issue drugs or do surgeries. It would be people exactly like you. That would be primary care. When someone does need a prescription, they'd then be referred to a physician who could do that as long as excellent informed consent is done, where the person knows exactly what drug they're taking and all the side effects of it.
So really quick, tell us what your experience with the present insurance companies and the way they are today, how much savings do you think, if we could design, which I know that this is what you're working on, a different kind of insurance company or a different kind of an insurance provider that actually recognizes the healthcare provider as the primary. So tell us just a little bit about that concept.
Boy, if you could do it the way you'd want to do it, you would incentivize the primary care health giver, which would be a natural health care provider, and you would pay them to the degree that kept people healthy. You wouldn't pay them to the degree that their patients got sick. And that can be designed. I actually created a dental HMO years ago, and I know how to do that. You simply pay you more if your patient was healthy and less if they weren't.
What a novel concept, huh?
I think they did it in China several thousand years ago.
I think they did.
Yes, they did. And in India and in some of the
Right.
ancient societies all around the world who have millennia of experience in doing this kind of thing.
Then we need an insurance company that wants to deal with healthy people, that will give them great rates, won't go up on their premiums, will actually ask people to demonstrate that their health is good, and give them a much better rate because of it. And then you design something that isn't designed around sickness, it's designed around health. And it's basically a hospital program that will pay large amounts if someone did have a hospital stay, but allowed for them to do natural health care as their primary health. And we've actually done that.
Wow. Really?
With an insurance company that we're dealing with right now.
I love it.
What a fantastic! Yes, I know. I can tell.
Thank you.
You know, and it's so great to have you as a guest on Wake Up America, Mike. You know, these are the kinds of folks that are out there, ladies and gentlemen, making a difference and offering new and innovative solutions to our healthcare crisis.
So we are going to inform you or give you information about how you can reach Mike and get more information about possibly getting on board of these kinds of healthcare insurances that are more along the lines of really helping us in our wellness versus in just managing our disease. We look forward to your comments. Again, we love to hear your comments. And if you have any questions, Mike, do you have a website that they can go to?
Can I give a phone number instead?
Sure.
I'm old-timey. I like phone numbers. 800-880-4343.
Okay, so 800-880-4343.
You have it.
That's how you can get a hold of Mike and ask him more about you, if you have any interest in this kind of insurance program or information on that, or more information on that study you were telling us about. Be sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to Psyche Truth, and make sure that you also go to www.texashealthfreedomcoalition.com.
No, TexasHealthFreedom.com.
Oh, hello. I don't even know my own website. Thank you. All right. Thank you for joining us. This is Wake Up America, and be back with us next time. We're going to talk about all kinds of interesting things. I think we're going to interview Dr. Massey next time, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We're going to bring Rich
story.
Massey on during our next episode. So stay tuned, folks. We certainly enjoy having you with us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psyche Truth channel.